101 by Double Dutch Ink. In this video, we will be talking about
brow products, techniques, and everything you need to know about how brows can make or break your face.
So, all you ladies that have been waiting on brows, sit back, relax, and jump into this Double Dutch brow beatdown.
Keep watching.
So let's start with products. The first product you'll see here is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in 2 shades. This right here is smudge proof and waterproof. You guys might want to try it out. Next up, we have
the MAC Brow Gel. It comes in 2 shades that we like the most. The darker shade is Showoff and the lighter shade is Girl Boy. You can use this to keep your hairs in place and give your eyebrows a nice tint of color.
Next up, we have the Clear Brow Gel, which will also keep those hairs in place. We also, for the more natural brow, enjoy using MAC's Eyebrow Pencil. It's spike, brunette, and stud. Those will give you 3 different colors for a natural looking brow.
Okay, and we've also got our two-phase shadow insurance. If you have oily skin or even normal skin, you would like to prime your brow to help make sure that it stays on all day without getting greasy.
Next up, we have our eyebrow grooming tools. You'll see how we use that in the video coming up.
Lastly, we have some concealer. You can use your choice of concealer. However, we like the MAC concealer. It's nice and creamy and it's easier to blend when applying to the brow.
Last but definitely not least, we have an array of eyeshadow. The top row is what we use for our eyebrows. The saddle shade, handwritten, and embark. Those will give you the gradient effect that you always like to see in a natural looking sculpted brow.
You can also use any type of brow powder or even foundation press powder to achieve this same look. There's some you can find by Anastasia Beverly Hills, by MAC, or even your choice of brand of your press powder. So to start off, we're going to use our brow brush to groom the hairs and keep them nicely in place. Now I'm going to use my MAC brow set in the color of Showoff to give me a tint of brown and keep the brows in place. Now I'm going to use an angle brush and grab some of my MAC concealer in the shade NC45, and I'm going to line the bottom of the brow, not beginning at the very beginning but right before the middle. And this is going to give me the look of the sculpted clean brow. It's also going to give me a bit of a highlight because I'm using a lighter shade concealer. Now, of course, if you want a more natural looking brow, as I'm doing on the top, I'm using a concealer that is my skin shade. You can use it on the bottom as well for a more natural sculpted look. Now I'm using a 213 brush by MAC, courtesy of a suggestion from my favorite makeup artist, Sierra. And I'm just going to use that to blend out the concealer on the bottom and on the top. It's extremely important that you blend out the concealer because you don't want any harsh lines, especially when you take photographs. You don't want there to appear to be a halo effect around your brow. So blending is extremely important. Okay, using a clean mascara wand, I'm just going to go over the brow and make sure they're nice and neatly in place. And now I'm going to take that brow pencil I was telling you guys about in the shade of Spite, and I'm going to fill in any areas that I may see, as well as clean up the line on the top and the bottom. Also, as you can see, I'm also dragging the color a little bit towards the front. It's important that you realize that your brows begin where your eyes end in the corners. Now using a light brown shade of eyeshadow in the color of Saddle by MAC, I'm using that to create a nice gradient natural effect at the front of my brow. Using Using that same small, very fine angle brush, which happens to be a paintbrush, I'm going to take a darker brown shade called Handwritten by MAC and fill in from the middle to the end of my brow. Using that same clean mascara wand, I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines or anything, extra product or anything that I don't want in my brow, and to just give it a more natural, even look. I'm going to take my concealer brush and just go right back over to make sure I didn't miss any concealer. And that is it, ladies. Here you have perfectly flawless brows. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about products, tips, or tricks, we'll be glad to share them with you. Just leave them below in the comment box.